So yeah, I'm excited to be here at Jerry's Bakersfield. This is an awesome, legendary spot. As we were just talking about, I was thinking that this was probably going to be the closest I was going to be able to see you. You being from out in LA. Come to find out, you're going to be in Fresno soon, so that's awesome. You're going to be you booked through some really good friends of ours, and that scene is incredible. So I went and listened to your discography, and I noticed the earlier singles being a little more noisy, a little more aggressive sometimes, even though you never lost that element. All throughout, I noticed, at least to me, there's kind of like this heavy 80s, synth pop kind of, and also like angry punk somehow vibe all throughout. In fact, actually listening to your discography, one of the first thing that popped in my head is like, this is what happens when punks make electronic music. This is what it sounds like when a punk gets a hold of a drum machine and synthesizer, But I did notice a sort of shift when you wrote the Spirit Crusher EP, and so that was my first question. I was kind of curious. To my ears, the production cleaned up a little bit, but the thing that most caught my attention was that the synths seemed to expand, get bigger. Maybe the stereo imaging is bigger. I don't know. But even just the melody just seemed a little more lush and whatnot. And it was such a cool element that you introduced on that EP and kind of kept a little throughout. Can you speak on that a little bit to what kind of inspired that shift?
Sure. Yeah, I guess basically I just learned to record on the first EP. And it was like finding like the voice of the project a little bit too, I think. So then second time around, COVID was happening. And so it was kind of like lots of downtime to, reflect on the world and think about lyrics and learn how to record better and use better software. But as far as the synths, I still used, I think, all of the same synths that I have.
That's an interesting.
So the
equipment didn't change. You just you said, learned to, your technique refined and.
Yeah, I got more refined and I think I just kind of figured out what I was doing a little bit better and I think the drums just sound better. And so.
I like that you mentioned kind of this music being somewhat of a reflection of kind of what's going on, and even at the time with COVID and whatnot. That's one of the things I picked up on as well. The first single I heard of yours was Art of War. Your reel of you performing it at a radio station popped up, this cool looking session, and that was one of the things that I picked up on was how okay, so this might be wrong. Forgive me if I'm interpreting your music, but it seemed like this really satirical take on masculinity. Like this is what you're. If I were to take you at your word, I'd be like, oh my God, what is this guy saying? But I picked up on the fact that it was satire. You're kind of mocking what everybody's stereotypical idea of what a man is supposed to be. You know what I mean? And
there's definitely I feel like. I try to have a bit of a humorous take on it, but it's also somewhat self-reflective, and that I grew up in a somewhat kind of conservative household and lots of masculinity and stuff, so you grow up with it, and so I feel like it is sort of also a reflection of maybe some of your own inclinations. It's just kind of making, it's I'm not just making fun of somebody else, I'm also making fun of me, I would say.
No, and honestly, that's partially why I resonated with it so well, you know what I mean? I grew up in a household where there's only one idea of masculinity, and that's it. If you're not that, you're not a man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I heard that, it was almost like this anthem, fuck yeah, I love the chorus, I am a man. It's like you said, kind of a dark, tongue-in-cheek kind of poking fun at myself, poking fun at this society's idea of what this is supposed to be. But I've also kind of noticed that throughout all the lyrics. There's kind of this dark humor that just kind of keeps popping in and out throughout all the songs. And but I love that it's almost like a jester kind of poking fun at the king. You know what I mean? But I think that's really interesting. It's very punk rock of you to kind of have that kind of pissed off, but at the same time kind of fun attitude.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to punk, and I feel kind of primarily listened to punk.
Oh, awesome.
Of course, as well as 80s and synth pop stuff. But I feel I kind of approached it as a punk band, but with electronics and stuff.
So, that's entirely accurate. I even on the newest record still hear that that punk kind of attitude driving through. And even with some of the tempos, you have some really busy, active, crazy songs. I feel like the alarms go off on those songs. Like all of a sudden, all the klaxons are ringing off, and there's somebody's hitting a machine somewhere in the corner or something. I just love how how machine-like and industrial and busy it feels when you hit those moments.
Cool,
I actually did want to mention that I think it's really cool that on the new record, all these cool, interesting elements you seem to have experimented with over the years. It feels like you just kind of brought them all under one roof all of a sudden. I like that you didn't mature in a way that was like, oh well, now I'm going to do something completely new. It's like, well, what if I just did everything I've done but the best I've ever done it?
Yeah, that was kind of like the approach. I knew it would be kind of a mess of a record, but it was like, it was like I just love punk music, and so I played the punk songs I wrote, but then also love classic kind of sad synth pop stuff and like the Terminator soundtrack. So it's
I love the Terminator soundtrack.
I just felt like, why not just put it all on there? Who cares? Like, people will probably only hear like the first 3 seconds anyway. So it's like I just wanted to make awesome. I just wanted to make a record. I probably never will again. I'll probably just do EPs, but like, so I just kind of put it's like, well, this is everything I like, and like, I know that like my friends, they all listen to punk and new wave and stuff, so like I'm not the only person that likes more than one type of music.
Yeah, I've been learning that too, because I bounce in and out of different scenes. Go from beat down hardcore, and all of a sudden the next night I'm watching dark wave and stuff like that. Completely different vibe, but I'll see people from the show the night before and stuff like that. It's like, okay, maybe I don't give people enough credit. People's taste can be more expansive.
Yeah, nowadays especially, I feel like people are just like more unashamedly they just like music, and they like the cross genre and stuff. It's not like when I was a kid and like you get beat up for wearing the wrong thing.
Kept. Yeah. Are you a David Lynch fan by the chance? There's one track you had. It's a ballad, and forgive me, I can't think of it right now.
Just You?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. As soon as I heard that, I was like, I don't know which Lynchian film I'm caught in right now, but it felt like
a cover, actually. It's a cover of the song Just You from, I think, the first season. The character James is like playing the guitar for the two girls.
No freaking way. Okay, so that was accurate. Okay, yeah. I had heard it in a
That's cool.
It totally had the vibes, and I was just like, oh shit, he must be a fan. I'm a huge David Lynch fan, just surrealism in general, but
I mean, the song it like comes and goes, and like I feel like it's easy to kind of forget about it. So but it's cool that like you heard it and you're like,
I was gonna say Twin Peaks, but I was like, that's so like stereotypical. Like, quoting you thinking it came from Twin Peaks. That could be in any Lynchian film, But
yeah. No, I mean, it speaks to like David Lynch. Like, as soon as you hear or see something of his, you're like, I know it's like
signature. Yeah.
It's like I feel like it's the best love song ever written, because it's so kind of simple and stupid.
And I don't know why, but I always feel like his taste in that kind of old school kind of ballads, like it always seems such like an odd fit in so many of his like movies, and but maybe that's the point. Maybe it's not supposed to feel comfortable, like just like the many other symbols he uses in his work. Awesome, man. So this has been really cool. I don't want to keep you too long, because I know we got to jump back in there pretty soon. There is one question that I'm trying to ask everybody this season, this year. It's mostly for myself, but I would like to know why do you feel it's important for people to participate in creation? And when I ask, I mean like not just as an artist up there, but the booking agents and the people creating zines, photography, whatever. I feel like it's more important than ever, but I'd kind of like to hear your take on it.
I mean, I feel like I can really only kind of speak personally, selfishly, is that I just like I've always like drawn or made art or something. Yeah. I feel like I can't not do it. Yeah. So
that's the best.
I'll just kind of always. I'll just like always make something. Like if I couldn't, I feel like it'd be like part of me died. So I just feel like it's important, because we all like to like watch things and listen to things, and I mean, what would we do without it?
Exactly.
We just have to kill ourselves.
Yeah. No, and I mean, I have to, because I have to. It has, like, this might be one of the best answers we get all season. We'll see. So, awesome. This has been awesome. I can't wait to catch you inside. I hope you're playing Art of War. If you're not, I'm not going to be one of those fans, but I'm so excited to see that song live. I might not shoot photos for that song. I might just dance. But where can people find you online? Are you most active on Instagram, or where's the best spot to find you?
Yeah, Instagram is losses.online.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. And I will include that in the show notes, so make it easier for people to click on and whatnot. So thank you. This has been awesome. I can't wait to catch you. So,
great. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.